Hi, good morning. I'd like to welcome you to Poem Praise 2 and Peace and Blessings be upon you and your family this morning. Now, for this morning, y'all, we are going to go ahead and get into Sacred Woman by Queen Afua. We are still in chapter number 4, the care of the womb. Now, for this take, this is going to be take number 18 of this chapter. So, without further ado, take 18 reads as such. Now that you've been using the womb rejuvenation techniques, have changed your diet, and have begun to take your salt baths and herb baths, I'm sure you started to feel the healthy changes in your body. Recently, I was working with a sacred womb circle, and I asked them how they felt after their morning bath. They had a range of replies that may enlighten your own experience. Queen Afua, how did you feel after your bath? Victoria, I felt really tired. Queen Afua. Yeah, I'm laughing because it's like she talking to me too, and I have done a salt bath, and I thought I was going to be rejuvenated, like I'm about to be just super energized when I get out the bathtub, and yeah, I'm like her, like I did feel tired, like, oh, maybe I might need to go sit down and relax. Maybe I might need to rest, but anyway, that's just a little tad bit of information as I'm reading and how you can relate if you have done some of the things that Queen Afua was talking about. But this is Queen Afua's reply to her regarding she felt tired. Let's see what she says. You need to rest. You know, you have to have soulful rest because you're wiped out. You actually need to take a nap during the middle of the day. Or tell yourself, I'm going to leave work early today, and do it. Or tell yourself, I'm going to take an hour to give myself a cup of herbal tea in my favorite mug, light my divine candle, and rest my body and my soul. That's a much deeper kind of rest. When you actually give yourself permission to rest your soul. We get exhausted because we push ourselves too hard all the time. Victoria, I'm like that every day. I'm so exhausted that I just pass out. I don't even do the teas because I'm so exhausted. I think that's what happened when I took the bath. It just took so much out of me. Queen Afua, that means you're dealing with years of toxic buildup. You have to ask yourself what your womb is doing. What has to be released in order for you to feel better? Victoria, it's hard when you're the caretaker of the family. I've always been the person who carried all the weight for everybody and did everything. So even when I get up to meditate at 4 o'clock in the morning, I always feel guilty. I'm doing something wrong that I should be doing something for somebody else, for someone else. Excuse me. Queen Afua, still in time? Yeah, I'm still in time. Queen Afua. But you just give that time away to someone else. That's the mother syndrome. We have a problem with the mother syndrome. We overdo the mother. Don't you think that mothers are entitled to be served too? Victoria, I do. But I also know all this sounds good and we can say it to each other. It's a matter of actually doing it and changing how we feel about it. Queen Afua, you just have to train yourself to do that. It takes some relearning time. Ain't that the truth? Okay, that's not in the book. You know, I had to add that. Victoria, I took the bath and I was just so tired. Maybe I made the water too hot. You know how sometimes when you take a really hot bath, you're lightheaded when you get out? I felt so tired and sad that I just sat there. Queen Afua, that was your healing. That was you saying, I'm tired and I need a rest. My whole soul needs a rest. Now you have to incorporate caring for yourself into your life. Think about it. If you were on a retreat, would you be picking up the phone? So why don't you take some time for yourself in the next 2 weeks? Tell yourself, I will take a 2-day retreat this weekend. I'm not going to go and help anyone. I'm not going to be available. I'm not going to, I'm going to put my answer machine on. I'm going to take those 2 days all for me. And even if I feel guilty, I'll get over it. And you will. Because it's a matter of 24 hours, you'll feel better than you felt in years. Simply by giving yourself the same attention that you give to the world. Just stop the world and say, this time belongs to me. Okay, let me pick up y'all. Yeah, I know. Hey, just take some time right there. We have to train life to work for us. We have to train life to work for us. Otherwise, we just keep beating ourselves up. We're always planning to do things in the future when things get better. Well, what about this moment right now? Get up right now and go get yourself a cup of herbal tea. Let some people wait for you. As a matter of fact, put people on hold. Tell them, I'll get back to you in a couple days or a week. Because right now, I have a patient I have to work on. So who's the patient? You. And you deserve the time and attention and care. Because you know what will happen if you don't. You might land in a hospital because you didn't take care of yourself. That's no way to get rest. Show you right, it's really not. Victoria, my husband said that too. He says that to me all the time. Take an hour to yourself. But I say, I have to do this, I have to do that. And the kids, he is the most supportive person I've ever met. He keeps telling me, take a minute for yourself. I haven't been able to do it, but maybe I'll give it a try now. Queen Afua, more baths will help. Trust me on this. Take more baths. Use more sea salt. Take 1 moment extra in the bath, if that's all you can do. Start drinking green juice. Start drinking more water. Start getting up a few moments earlier just to pray and rest your mind. Mary, I was totally the opposite with my baths. I took one yesterday and took a day for myself. I sat at home. I didn't wash clothes. I didn't do anything I was supposed to do. I did what I needed to do. For me, I just sat and had a day to myself. I got up this morning, I took a bath, and I was awake. I mean, totally awake. And I was going to take today off too. I called in last night and said, I think I'm going to take the day off tomorrow. I'm not going to go to work tomorrow. Wait a minute, that's not what it says in the book, but she said, I'm not going to come to work. But I got up with so much energy after this bath, I went to work because I was awake. I felt like my whole soul was alive and awake. And it was just a miracle. It was just like heaven. It felt so good. Dimitri. Or, excuse me, that might not be right. Dimitri or Demeritri. And this is her response. After my first couple of baths, I started developing hives on my face. Usually I break out a lot, but this wasn't acne. This was actually hives on my cheeks, different sorts of bumps that I'd never seen before. But when I walked into work, my friend said, your face looks so different. Your face looks so clear. I just felt like everything just started coming out of my pores. Everything started releasing. Lauren, I had to go to an out-of-town conference, and I took my bath stuff with me. Now, I'm not a bath person. I just can't lie back like people say they do. But this was really a nice hotel, and the room had a big tub. Well, what's a sister to do with a room with a big tub? It's inviting you to take a bath. By all means, take a bath. Let's see what Lauren did. Had a big tub, and I got in and I said, oh, God, just sit here. And then I said, no, you don't want to sit here. Okay, give yourself 5 minutes. You'll just lie in the water. So I lay there and I felt really good. Then I said, something is missing. Oh, the candle. I didn't light my candle. But I thought, well, I missed the candle tonight. I'll do it tomorrow. And then I slept so good. I usually have lower back pain, but this week had been great for no back pain. The next day I said, okay, this is going to be the best bath because I got my candle now. I had to find some matches because they didn't allow smoking in this hotel. So I got some matches. This time I stayed in for 5 minutes. I didn't resist it. The next morning, I woke up with this dream that I gave birth, and it was so effortless. There was no pain and there was no support around me. I was in this house and everybody knew I was going to do this, but they were waiting around for me to do it. And I reached down and I pulled this baby out and our eyes met, and there was this sense of knowing. The baby gave me this look, and the eyes, they were so old, and I had this sense. I felt so safe. I felt supported. I felt protected. I've been kind of in a daze with that feeling. And I said, whew, okay. I'm not going to interpret that yet. I'm just going to ride with the feeling. I'm just going to enjoy the feelings. Now, this does complete this take of 18 with taking care of yourself. We certainly got to hear from Victoria and Mary and Dimitri and Lauren. Stay tuned. We're going to hear from Anna in the next take, and that's going to be take number 19. But until then, I certainly want for you to be well, to take care, to be blessed, be safe, and it be at thy will. I'll talk with you soon. From me to you here on Poem Praise 2. So, till next time, later y'all.